Charlotte Flair won the Women's Royal Rumble, Trevor. A returning Charlotte Flair. She'd been off due to injury for well over a year. She made a return triumphantly, defeating everyone's favorite Roxanne Perez as a top babyface, proceeding to get booed out of the building the next night on Raw, which I felt bad for her. I felt bad for her getting booed. I want to be clear.
I did.
But
Yeah, I did too. But
I do
kind of knew
think
what
there
was
is a
happening.
bit of lack of self-awareness from WWE in their booking. Because one thing's for sure, Trev, you cannot be out here trying to push Charlotte Flair as a top babyface in 2025, forcing it down people like this. It's just never gonna work.
No, you're not. It's one of those things that's just not gonna bode well. You've been gone for so long, and then all of a sudden they give this to you on a platter. It's not, and you knock out some of the top talent too. That's not gonna work well.
Yeah, I was really rooting for Roxanne in this match, though. I was.
Roxanne, I was. I mean, I knew she probably wasn't. I was also rooting for Alexa Bliss.
Roxanne broke the record most time in the Rumble, though. That was great.
She sure did. That was cool. That was really cool. I mean, Roxanne Perez is on her way, man. She's like we've talked about her before, and just her just being like the one of the best rookies there is. Like she definitely is. I
For
mean,
sure.
and honestly, if she would have won, do you know, with like pop and everything she would have got, that'd have been insane. And you talking about surprises, that'd have been one of the biggest ones.
Yeah, I think the I mean, like we all know they want to work towards a big match with Charlotte Flair at WrestleMania, which is fine. I'm not against that. My biggest issue with this though is, look, I just thought that it would be more interesting to have someone else win. And again, I know that's like a bit of a cop out argument, but Charlotte Flair, like, how many times are we gonna see her win? How many times are we going to see her in this? Does she really need to win the Royal Rumble to be in a position where she's in a headline match at Mania? No, she's Charlotte
No,
Flair.
Charlotte Flair.
And, like, there's no story being told where, like, John Cena, right? John Cena, there's a story being told. His last run, his chase for 17. They're not telling that story with Charlotte. They're not telling the story of Charlotte, like, getting to 16 world titles. You know, it's
Yep.
just, we're here. Charlotte wins. Lol. Tossing
Right.
Roxanne Perez out. So, to me, it's like one of those things where you could have had Charlotte do this anyway. Whoever she was
Yeah.
going to face, you could have had to do it anyway. But I thought that the Royal Rumble was specifically, like, use that to catapult a great story. And maybe they have a story for Charlotte that we don't know of.
Maybe.
But,
Yeah.
you know, I don't know. Given the track record with WWE lately, I'm not too
Because
sure.
honestly, I like the story that they're telling with John Cena right now. I enjoy. I like what. I mean, if you know anything about wrestling, it's kind of you kind of you kind of know what's going on. But if it's still one of those things that you don't mind watching and what see come together because it's a good story they're telling. They're working on a good story. Flair, Charlotte, I would have done something similar. I would have maybe brought her in the Royal Rumble, let her get eliminated, and then made her have to earn her way elimination chamber. You know what I mean? It or something like that. It makes sense. I mean, they telling the same story with Cena, but at the same token, like, you do something similar with that with her. Like, does she deserve all the accolades? Yes, absolutely. But at the same token, to be gone so long, not see her on TV, seeing nothing but these vignettes of her, and then now she just comes in at number 30 and wins it, it's kind of a cop out.
Yeah. I don't want to, like, I mean, that's the other thing. I don't want to, like, be too harsh
Yeah, I
about
don't
it.
want to take anything away from her because I like Charlotte Flair. I do. I've said it before. I enjoy watching her wrestle, but the main thing about Charlotte Flair, I want her to be very, very. I want her to be healthy. I want her to be okay to come back. I don't want her to rush. Honestly, she worried me a little bit when I saw her in Royal Rumble, but she knows her body better than I do. So
And
you know,
that big boot like crazy on one leg. Shout out to her.
yeah, exactly.
I mean,
She
look,
seemed a little off when she stood on the turnbuckle, but she still looked good. She still looks you know,
Hey man, she looks better than either of us sitting on that turnbuckle. I'll tell you that. Uh,
and that's not saying much, but it's
hey
true.
man, say me trying to get up there, like I'm like, I'd be like, you know, like when you're climbing a rock wall, and it's like, like you're on there, right? But and
Right,
like you're trying to get like you got one leg up, but then like you're trying to get the other one up, and like it just won't go because like the rock is like a little bit farther. It's like slightly out of place for your leg, and you're just like in a
right.
weird position. That's how I would feel climbing that turnbuckle. Anyways, guys, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe, hit that notification bell. You know,
Descriptions.
any preference? Actually, before we go, any preference? Who do you want to see her face at Mania, Rhea or Tiffany Stratton?
Uh, Honestly, as good as the programs between her and Rhea have been, I would rather see her go against Stratton. Honestly,
I think Tiffany's gonna be a babyface if they do that. It's good. It's gonna be.
yeah, I'm pretty sure she will.
I mean, Rhea's
But
gonna be a baby. I mean, Charlotte will be the heel regardless
yeah,
of
regardless of
who's
who she
champ.
fights, yeah, who's going. And
Um,
I hope they don't do that crap with sending her to NXT again. I don't want to see that again.
she is on NXT tonight, so we don't know.
Yes, she is.
Hey man, Charlotte
I
versus
was,
Julia. Charlotte versus Julia at Mania.
don't get me wrong.
Let them cook. Let
It's
them
a great
cook.
match. Julia's a great wrestler. So is Charlotte.
Hey, Triple H, book for the sickos. Let's go, baby. Let's go.